What's up guys, it's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity build video. Today we're going to be talking about the global market and how you can fix the global market, right? So for those of you guys who are not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. We've recently fixed our Discord. We're also taking in new members for the group, and we are doing a giveaway for rares once a month. You can enter to win by adding into your city description, follow MissyAnne on YouTube. If your city description is seen while me or any of my club members are shopping on the global market, we will screenshot it and add you in to the giveaway. Okay, so you've hit that like and subscribe button. Let's go ahead and begin. Are you sick and tired of going on the global market and seeing all burgers or all sugar? I think we pretty much all are. Now, for those of you guys who have been playing the game for a very long time, you guys have seen certain things dry up on the global market and watched how they have no effect on the rares, right? For example, last December, we had a ton of sugar just randomly disappear off the global market, right? Was it random or was there a reason for it? There was a reason for it. The Christmas shop, right? The Christmas shop had the candy canes that needed to be produced, and those take 3 sugar. So what people were doing is they basically stopped selling sugar. Now everybody who complained about sugar being on the global market is now complaining that it's gone. Why? Because they need it to produce donuts. Yeah, and donuts being a high profitable item. So during that time, did everybody just find an overload of storage? No, you did not, because that's not how it works. Even though, yes, the more items you have unlocked, the less likely you are to find rares. It does not mean that if you eliminate any one item, that you're just going to all of a sudden find a whole bunch of rares. It's a supply and demand system. So when the supply is greater than the demand for the supply, we have an overflow. Now, there's this little ingenious thing about SimCity, and I know a lot of people like to complain about it. But in all reality, without it, it would be a freaking nightmare. Daniel. Yeah. The person that everybody hates is Daniel, right? He comes to your depot and he buys the things that you have up, and you get mad about it. Well, let's just look at what the game would be like without him for a moment. Can you imagine if everybody in SimCity was unable to sell their items in any way without them going to somebody else on the game? If Daniel did not exist, can you imagine the overflow of sugar, burgers, TVs, bulbs, gnomes, all the stuff that we don't really like to buy? Can you imagine, just for a moment, if every single person's game out there did not have that? It would be a nightmare, an absolute nightmare, right? Now, in order for there to be a whole bunch of items out there on the global market, somebody has to be producing them, okay? So when I see a whole bunch of burgers out there on the global market, I question, why in the hell are so many people producing burgers? Because they do not turn a good profit at all, by any means. They take money and profit from every damn store. Now, a lot of people think that camping like level 8 or level 10 is ideal for farming rares. It's actually not. You actually want to level up a little bit. Reason being that when you open your global market at that level, you have very few depots to shop. You usually get like 3 of them when you open it. You also are only able to see the handful of items that it allows you to see. You're not just going to see a whole bunch of rares just because you have, let's say, 10 items unlocked. It's not how it works. Then you're also missing out on other aspects of the game, like, you know, legendary chests, being able to prevail and stack up war points so that when you get to Mega, you can actually play. There's so many aspects of the game that you're not able to bank in on. The Mayor's Pass being one of those things. Point being that the global market it doesn't operate the way most people think that it does. So what can you do to fix it? Well, stop posting your garbage on it. And I know that sounds like, well, whoop-de-doo, I see this and I stop and everybody else continues. But think about it for just a minute. If you have 32 depot slots and you want to sell something that isn't going to sell in the global market easily, just put it over here to the end of your depot and let it sit until Daniel picks it up. Now, if everybody did that a majority of the time, then the global market would not be the way that it is today. But people don't do that. They just constantly global their garbage, right? Now, the question is, why do you have so much garbage to put on global? Why are you producing garbage? Because believe it or not, the most profitable items actually sell really fast. Donuts, I made like 80 donuts and they sold, I'm not even kidding you, within like 3 minutes. It was crazy. Nails, excellent profit. Those sell like hotcakes, okay? Caps. The only thing, honestly, is TVs and blue techs. Those are profitable items that don't sell very quickly. But even so, you're only able to produce like 12 TVs in a 24-hour time period. So, considering you could put those, over here and take up like 2 spots on your depot, by the time the next batch comes up, those are going to be gone. What the hell, people? Like, why? I don't understand why people are producing so much garbage. Why are you guys producing burgers? It cuts into TV production to make barbecues. It cuts into flour and donut production to make beef, cheese. You actually don't need cheese. To make beef, cream, bread rolls. It cuts into chair production and the fashion store to make the spatulas that are needed. It cuts into your garden production because you're unable to make anything like shovels or anything like that. It literally cuts into like every single store. Just because it sells for the most does not mean it yields the highest profit. And given that it's so hard to sell it, why are you producing it on top of that? So now you have these little bubbles that also pop up around your lovely map here. And they usually have coins on them, right? On your capital map. Now, how many people actually look at those? Not very many. When you actually take a minute to look at those, yeah, a majority of the time it's offering for your rares because that's usually what you have the most of in your inventory. Usually hold on to 20 or 30 of each VU, so it's always asking for stuff like that. But there's so many times where it's not asking for stuff like that, where it's asking you for, let's say it's asking for 20 pink drinks. Well, yeah, how often do you have 20 pink drinks? Not very often. But what can you do to clean up the global market? Do the math on what it's offering you for those 20 pink drinks. And if it's more than what you can buy them for, buy them all up and sell them to the bubbles that pop up around your city. That would clean up the global market and also get you a nice chunk of change in your pocket. Some of those bubbles can go up to a 30% increase. Now, that's a pretty nice increase on something that is priced at, $3,000 or something, Pink drinks, I believe, are like $1,600 or whatever. But that's each, okay? So if it's asking for 20 of them, you can make a nice chunk of change. So basically, how to fix the global market. Stop selling garbage. Stop producing garbage. Start posting the stuff that is garbage in your depot to be picked up by Daniel. And then whatever's out there on the global market, start doing some shopping. Okay, here, for example, 21,000 for 20 bulbs. Now these bulbs sell for what? 890 or something? 860? Let me go double check. And it's offering me just over 1,000 each for them. Can't remember the exact price on the stupid bulbs. Let me just double check here. Yeah, $8.90. So it's offering me over $1,000 each for these. Now, how many of these stupid bulbs are out there? There's a lot, right? So I could easily go clean up, 15, 20 of these in just a second and make a nice little profit. Now, how much profit do you think you make on, let's say, one donut or something? Well, and look how long that takes you. You got to produce everything and all that. All I have to do is go purchase something. That's all I have to do. Now, you get multiple of these little coin offers all over your city at all different times of the day. So just keep an eye out for them, and you'll start to actually make some money, Now, a lot of people do what they call burger farming. Basically what that is you go around the global market and you buy up burgers, and then your inventory has to be pretty filled up. I think you can get an offer if you have it set up right. I think you get the offer every 8 minutes. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's generally the way that it works for that. I choose not to do that because I like to play other aspects of the game, and that's just very tedious, and honestly I don't find coins to be a problem. So honestly, this video isn't really so much about how to produce coins per se, but it's just another added benefit to your current situation. So even though it's not about producing coins, it's about cleaning up the global market with all the garbage that's on it. It's not that we don't have rares on the global market, it's that we have so much overflowing of garbage out there that you have to figure. When you advertise sugar, do you think that the sugar's going to be up longer than a camera? Yeah. So when you global something like sugar versus a camera, the camera's going to be picked up instantly. So of course, yeah, the global market's going to be overflowed with sugar, right? So here I have a full depot. Now, out of this depot, I can choose to advertise the one item that I know will not sell very quickly, which would be the refrigerators. Or I can choose to global something that I know is going to sell instantly, which then how much of my depot is really going to be cleared out? Probably not a lot. So if I go and I global these bulbs here, how long do you think it's going to take me to sell them? Probably forever, right? Which means that I can't sell to my group members for a long period of time. And that just makes things more difficult. Then you have to have somebody else pick them up for you. Then you have to put them back up for sale, and you either have to global them again later, or you just reset the timer for Daniel. Now, if you have a feeder city, think about it like this. With a feeder city, there is really no reason why we should have a whole bunch of garbage on the global market when so many people have feeders. You have a freaking feeder city. How many feeder cities are literally maxed out in their depots? Put all of your garbage for sale on your feeder city and leave it off the global market. Let Daniel pick it up. Stop overflowing everybody with your trash, and it will start to help. Trust me. Start getting some of this garbage off the global market. Now, just one person doing it isn't going to be enough. It's just not. It takes a lot of people making an effort. Now, I've got 11 space here, and I need like 18 space to pick up all the bulbs. Right now I can't post anything for sale. What's this? See, that's what I mean. Don't sell your rares. Okay? Go around, pop the opinion bubbles. You'll get rares that way. If you're not getting as many opinion bubbles as you should be getting, all you have to do is start moving your specialization buildings around. Okay? It makes a huge difference, especially to low-level players. When you just move a park, place it down, put an education building there, put a beach building there, move this over here, all of a sudden the Sims start yakking away, and you're gonna just get opinion bubbles like crazy. You're not only going to achieve your city journals, but you're going to start getting rares for it. Okay, now here we've got another one. Now this is 20 tables for for 8,100. Those are 500 a piece, so I mean, they're not all going to be good offers. They're just not. But what you want to do is you want to click yes or no on the ones that are good versus bad. Where the heck did my other phone go? Sorry, you guys. Looking for something here. So we're going to click no. All right. Now, let me open that up. Also, don't forget that I believe it's like 35 gifts that you get a day. I think it's 35. And then you get one key. So a lot of people get the stuff that they don't necessarily want by making Omega canisters and the gifts. But that doesn't account for the overflow of, you know, sugar and just trash. Straight trash. It's like I said, it's not that people don't sell stuff like ladders and mowers and backpacks. Granted, they don't sell them as often because they would be crazy to. But we don't see it because they get sold so quickly. You know, like, for example, nails is probably the easiest, fastest, most profitable item in the game. And for some reason, nobody really makes them. And, you know, they sell just like crazy. So if you sat there with a gold token and just produced nails, you're going to make a pretty penny and you're going to sell them instantly. Like, I can't even imagine you would have to wait even 30 seconds or more to sell nails. That's crazy. Like, and every player needs them. You know, whether it be high or low level players, it seems that there is never enough nails. You also have to look at the demand in the game. How often do you really use burgers for anything? You know, when it's like an epic project, for example, is about the only time I ever need them, or every now and then when I have a house upgrade or a flight. Now, that's if I'm playing calm, because you really shouldn't be doing flights outside of the contest of mayors. Now, I try to avoid donating burgers during my epic projects, so really, in all reality, I rarely use burgers versus where like donuts, backpacks, microwaves, corn, nails, all of those items are items that are always asked for in like VU repairs, they're always asked for in house upgrades, flights, and they're asked for in large quantities. Nails, not so much, but definitely with, you know, war repairs, VU repairs, that's where a majority of those go. So, again, if you guys want to save the global market, stop putting garbage on it. Do your part. Start selling to the stupid coin things that pop up on your screen. Stop flooding it with trash. It takes everybody to make a change. And you notice a huge change. For example, when the pass comes out, whenever like a side pass comes out and there's storage in it, you see extra storage on the global market because people are selling it. Whenever there's mountain in the side pass, all we see is mountain. Why don't you guys just leave that shit in your depot? Why are you advertising that and flooding it for everybody? I don't do that. I very rarely advertise stuff like mountain or beach. I just keep it unadvertised because I don't want to flood the global market. And if everybody had that mentality, the global market wouldn't be so damn miserable. So stop selling trash, start selling your trash to Daniel or to the coin bubbles, okay?